Okay, everyone, we obviously need to be better in the open court with the ball. Let's set up in 63.
I'm up. Fish. Here we go. Let's do it. Rotate through. How we go?
All right, fellas, competition time. Beat the pro. Let's go. All right, let's wrap it up. Feel free to hang around and take some shots. And don't forget, meet in the film room at noon.
Buddy, thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, they've really got it going, working on a 5-game winning streak. They'll try to push it to 6 straight with a victory tonight. And let's talk for a moment about Derrick Rose. He's missed so much time the past several seasons with injuries. Kenny, is it too much to expect him to return to his former level, his MVP level?
Well, maybe not the MVP level, but he still can be a serviceable all-star, meaning he might not be able to dominate for 82 games, but he could do it for 40. And then he could do it for playoff time. So I do think the knee surgeries took a little toll on him, as they would any player, but I still think he has a lot left in the tank.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the heart of brave.
On the road looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Knicks happy to return to New York after the road trip. 6th game of the season for them, and when you're 4-1 already, you've got a good feeling about each game.
And seeing where the
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Kurt Rambis and I had a chance to talk for just a bit. He's been chewing over the best plan of attack against this defense with all that shot blocking inside. He said the big thing is we can't play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. Kevin, we'll see if they can turn the tables this time around and even the season series. Back to you.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. What approach to use against the opposing D, I guess, in the front of their minds, it sounds like, guys.
And I think it's going to take not just one approach, but several. I mean, they are so good at making adjustments defensively. They'll have to be ready to adjust on the fly as well.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that will give you a lot of different looks at the defensive end, so adjusting and adapting, critically important.
While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Bulls in second.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
The Knicks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Snell checked in for Chicago. Livingston comes in for Derrick Rose. The Bulls shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. Knicks trail by 6. Augustine with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And a follow wide open. He shoots. Buries the long-range jumper.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Bulls have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. 1:41 left to play in the first quarter. Livingston dishes to Howard. Again, Howard missing.
They've been beating those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Gibson with the screen on Augustine. There's the dish to Howard. To the left wing. Snell kicks to Miritich. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Here's Henson, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like he got there.
Mirotic passes to Howard. And Mirotic kicks to Howard. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4. So for New York, their last game, a win against Cleveland.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here is Livingston. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. They get the rebound. Howard with the steal. 1 second left. No good on that last second attempt there. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. It's the Bulls. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back in just a minute. Before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun. It's out there working together. You know, the biggest thing is the defensive possibly win basketball games. So I'm definitely not concerned from that aspect of it.
You don't mention the players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
You know, you can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right where they want to be offensively.
Well, finding scores on time and on target with your passes, it makes scoring the ball easy for them.
So for Chicago right now, at the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Derrick Rose is out there with Freak, and it's Butler in at the 3 slot. Here's Cannon. Passes it to Porzingis. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Chicago leading. Butler kicks to Gasol. And there's the feed to Howard. Inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them. Check out the game for Howard. He's got 8 points and 1 steal. It's such a benefit to them when he plays this kind of game.
And really unexpected, but invaluable.
Knicks trail by 4. Here's Cannon. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Eklund. The three-pointer, no good. And Chicago shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Outside Howard. Another miss by Howard. New York's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. Here's Howard. And that one hits back out.
4 shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Cannon kicks to a follow. Shot clock at 6. Off target from outside. Chicago leading by 4. Outside Rose. Outside Howard. Another miss by Howard.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
The follow kicks to Cannon. Here's Porzingis. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Bulls have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. This all setting the pick for Rose. Lopez with the steal. Cannon dishes to Afflalo. That ties the game. Afflalo's got 9 points.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. Williams is sent in for the Knicks. And a change for the Bulls. And the first half.
No, Carmelo.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. It's checked in for Dunleavy. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. They've got Anthony. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. That's the 5 for New York right now.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had 1 before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses. Terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Rose with the double team. Here's Eklund. From the top of the key, he buries it. He's got 6.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And Howard, here we go. The Knicks pull it in. Lopez has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And foul hard that time. He'll get to the line on shot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For New York, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Lopez. Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. Feeds it to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 8 points for Pau Gasol. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Back to Anthony. Lopez, a screen on Buck. Anthony can't hit.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
Pass to Rose. Lopez with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. And it's good. Anthony's got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight. Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
New York moving it around. And the dunk by Lopez.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
1:51 left to play in the third. Fader on the way. A shot by Anthony, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Outside Howard. That's good. Howard's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch. Did it perfect.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Carmelo Anthony, 4.
Well, anytime you can be one of the best scorers in the league, that's special company and something you should be proud of. It's not easy to do on a consistent basis to be amongst the scoring leaders.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Tony Snell's checked in for Bunty. And it's Livingston in for Derrick Rose.
Second team foul.
for the lead. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% for the field.
First personal foul.
This is to Augustine. Henson sets a screen for Augustine. And Gibson sends it back. And they get it back.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And it's Howard again missing. The Knicks with the lead. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lopez a screen. On its way from a follow for 2. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Mike Dunn, Jimmy Butler.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory.
Joe Kim, plenty went right for the team tonight, and how you guys executed. What was the key to getting the job done?
I think we just moved the ball real well tonight. We played hard. We're a tough team, you know, and we just want to get better, and it was a good win for us tonight.
Congratulations. We appreciate it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
Shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found...
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Toronto Raptors. For the Raptors, they've had some struggles so far in the early part of the season, but they've been modifying their approach and their game plan each time out. While they haven't seen the hard work pay off yet, this is a team that's vocalized their dedication to doing whatever it takes to continue to improve. And while we have a moment here, another discussion topic. Shaq, you are one of the most physical players the league has ever seen. Who would you say right now are
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Toronto Raptors today. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. New group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. Howard's checked in for Butler. And it's Livingston in for Rose. And then for Toronto, Luis Scola. He's checked in for Patterson. Johnson comes in for DeMar Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So the Raptors 5 right now. DeRozan and Johnson on the wings. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola. And it's Joseph in at point guard. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Scola against Mirotic. He feeds it to Livingston. Outside Howard. Here's Noah. Toronto grabs the miss. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Snell checked in for Noah. And Toronto also making a switch. Mahinmi's checked in. Joseph, the pass to DeRozan. Johnson with the screen on Howard. It's DeRozan with the drive. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Again, Howard missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
To the paint, here's DeRozan, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Here is Livingston, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Howard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
He's off on the second. Johnson kicks to DeRozan. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Knicks in New York.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
DeRozan, and the three ball is good. DeRozan's got 7.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Livingston dishes to Howard. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. He's got 10.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Johnson outside. Dishes it to Joseph. Out to DeRozan. Here's the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off.
And power forward Patrick Patterson. Every preseason, he said that his college Patterson exactly ends up going with the new group. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Mahinmi's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. James Johnson's checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's DeRozan in for Corey Joseph. So for Toronto right now, Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Scola out there with Mahinmi. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been. And thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers. Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Pass to Howard. Rebound by Mahinmi.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Lowry has the open look. He shoots again, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Good. And that's 12 points for Howard.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Lowry up top. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Clippers.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Chicago's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. It's stolen by DeRozan. Look at that. And that one is stuffed right through.
And guys, I tell you, big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence will turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Howard drives in. Nice D from DeRozan.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Scola passes to DeRozan. And the 3 off target.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The pass to Gibson. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Gibson's got his first points of the night.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. .32 seconds left in the first half of the game.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Livingston kicks to Howard. Some solid defense from Johnson.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And he makes the first but misses the second. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Johnson. 14 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Outside Howard. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're through the first half of basketball.
Okay, Kevin.
And now the start of the second half. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And Freak subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. And then for Toronto, Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Johnson in for DeMar DeRozan. Howard in at shooting guard. Mirotic out there at shooting bucket. Then it's Rose, and it's Gibson in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Joseph. He's covered by Rose. Valanciunas sets a screen for Joseph. 5 to shoot. No luck. Nice D from Rose. Butler at the elbow. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Jimmy Butler.
Rose has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Joseph with the ball. He has 7. Valanciunas with a screen on Rose. Now here's Joseph. Fires top of the key. Here's Scola. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
They grab their own miss. No good. Raptors trail by 4. And Joseph kicks to Carroll. Johnson, a wide open look. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Left side Rose. 1:22 left here in the third quarter. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9. Raptors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Johnson dishes to Scola. The feed to Joseph. And there's the 3-second violation.
And checking out the numbers. Some last season stats for him. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Sure is. I mean, he thinks every rebound is his, and most of them are. That's why he's putting up such big numbers.
Chicago making a switch here. Livingston's checked in.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's DeRozan, and foul as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
DeRozan's really playing well. He's got 14 points and 3 steals.
And his offense has matched the defensive efforts today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you can say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet when you look at it.
Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. Gibson passes to Livingston. Bulls moving the ball around. It's stolen by DeRozan. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. From the high post. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. DeRozan's got 18 points in the game. Chicago leading. Livingston kicks to Howard. Out to the wing. Down low, 11 feet away. And it's Howard again, missing. Outside DeRozan. Back to Scola to tie. Wow, he nails the...
Fans now coming onto the court.
And thanks for joining us again for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Dunleavy. Freak comes in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Sean Livingston. And Toronto also making a switch. Valanciunas is checked in. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Johnson in at the 3. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Rose. And that's 19 points for Howard.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan.
Boy, you got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man down.
You know, Clark, and even then, he might just go over it.
He could.
Look at this. Check out the elevation he gets.
Major.
Wow, I tell you, I just cannot get enough of those kind of plays. What a rim wrecker.
And that was Kia bringing the close up on the big-time play. Patterson can't get it to go.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And it's time for an injury report.
He said he's having back spasms and it's causing him a lot of pain. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
And Toronto making a change here. Carroll's checked in. Lowry dishes to Patterson. Carroll passes to Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Rose.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
Park the bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Yeah, you always like to see that, Kevin, when your reserves can perform and help you pull out a win.
And now for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
Now they've got their sights set on that sweep, Greg, 3-zip, and given what's going on in the first 2 games, my guess is that's what's going to happen.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Derrick Rose. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
You got it.
It's Howard, top of the key, fires it up. And too long on the shot. So it's Toronto now. A 12-point game. Lets it go from 11. Here's DeRozan. And the layup's good off the glass.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Here's Rose. Noah kicks to Gasol. Right wing. It's Stope. Outside Lowry. From downtown. The shot misses. And so Chicago takes this.
Well, pal, congratulations.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan. Derrick Rose. Double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the... And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. Well, Boston had been in a bit of a rebuild since the end of the days of the Big Three. Last season, they got back into the postseason. Shaq, where do you see this team going in the next few years?
Well, they have great guards to build around, and they can continue to be big players in the free agency for the next few seasons. They got to make all the right moves. Their president, I played for him. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
You know what? I could see them trying to strive for the modern version of a lot of NBA teams. That means getting three-point shooters. If they get more three-point shooters building around that, some crisp passing, that can be a championship mix.
Thank you for joining us. We go courtside now. Kevin Harlan's got the call.
We're in the place they call the United Center in Chicago. Live. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. They are one of the few undefeated teams at this point of the new NBA season with a 7. Celtics trail by 3. Thomas kicks to Crowder. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Screen by Lee. The rebound by Gibson.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Outside Howard. And Lee pulls it down. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now we'll go to DB, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Bradley kicks to Lee. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And Thomas, here we go. Dishes it to Lee. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. Second in opponent points per game. Second in fast break points. And they also showed up in the top 5 in blocks. A good, solid team at the defensive end of the floor.
And you talked about their defensive ranking. I mean, they really do a good job of holding their opponents to a low point output each and every night. That grindhouse style really wore on teams.
Thomas gets the bucket.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Here's Bradley. His last outing, he had 8 points. No coverage that time. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the first. Livingston kicks to Howard. 11 feet away. Offensive rebound. Livingston, that's good.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Bradley against Howard. Bradley dishes to Crowder. And here is Olynyk. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lee kicks to Olynyk. That misses, and a chance to tie it there.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
That's good. Gibson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Outside Thomas takes a 3. Chicago grabs the miss. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played.
And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away. I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens
on the court.
Crowder with it. Howard, he's in at shooting guard. Jimmy Butler is out there with Portis. And there's Livingston. And it's Gibson in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Kept alive by Boston. Lee will not go. This is off the front iron. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Washington Wizards.
A lot of firepower coming off the bench in that game really allowed them to escape with victory.
I thought the bench was the X factor for him. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game. But when it shows up, it's a nice weapon.
Howard hits them both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Sullinger the screen. Now here's Crowder, who's guarded by Howard. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And the Celtics with possession here. 11-point game. Outside, Jones. 6 to shoot. Releases.
Well, this is painful to watch. He can't get one to go down. Really having trouble finding his game here in this half.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And so Howard nails both of them. Here's Thomas. A 14-point game for him in the win against Washington.
And defensively, guys, he was just all over the place, forcing turnovers and applying terrific ball pressure.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors was simply terrific. He finished with 22 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. A dominating performance from a player who might start making waves around the NBA. That is what the franchise hopes, at least, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
Poke loose. Thomas with the steal. On the wing, Jones. No good from outside.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
To the middle. Olynyk with the steal. The dish now to Crowder. Looking for Lee. Gets it there. Thomas goes in. It's rebounded by Livingston. Livingston's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference. Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
The Celtics shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. Free throw good, Crowder.
2 shots.
And And both free throws good from Crowder.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
The Bulls leading by 10.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good shot.
And so we wrap up.
Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, fans, now coming onto the court are
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Substitution
Checked in for Butler. And a change for the Celtics. Jones is checked in on the court right now for the Celtics. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. And it's Jones in at the small forward. Down low, here's Bradley. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
assisted by
Bradley's got 11.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same. I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Double team on Thomas. And Zeller kicks to Jones. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Rose passes to Howard. He tries for 3. Another miss by Howard. Celtics trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. The Bulls have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And Jones sends it back. Bradley dishes to Thomas. Sullinger the screen. Thomas kicks to Sullinger.
Yeah, easy going.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Jared Sullinger taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Chicago making some changes. Taj Gibson. Celtics trail by 13. Butler and Snell are the wingmen. The big men are Gibson and Noah. And it's Howard in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Tries from 10. That doesn't go either for Thomas. The Bulls leading by 10. Gibson the screen. Howard with it. Now guarded by Bradley. There's the triple. And the 3 is knocked down. Deep ball good and a nice shot from Howard. The Celtics shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Thomas passes to Sullinger. Thomas a screen. Sullinger dishes to Bradley. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Butler's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Johnson kicks to Thomas. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Thomas got 5 points now in the quarter. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Pulls it up. Howard, that's good. Howard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Thomas. Uses the glass to finish the way.
Timeout for the Bulls.
All right, then, let's get up. Let's get loud for your Love Bulls.
Crowder is back in for Johnson.
Substitution for rounder.
So it's Chicago now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call, foul on Boston. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
There's a screen. And Zeller kicks to Sullinger. And Thomas, here we go. And the shot is good. Thomas got 9 points now in the quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Looking at the game for Howard, he's got 11 points. 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And so Howard nails both of them. Celtics trail by 13. Outside Bradley. And stolen by Howard. Outside Gibson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Great open look there. And the Bulls lead by 15. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Noah with the block.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
Here's Howard. Knocked away. It's stolen by Sullinger. Thomas goes in. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, he's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Butler kicks to Howard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
First free throw is good. Pau Gasol's checked in for Chicago. He hits both from the stripe. Celtics trail by 17.
Boston timeout call. Okay, fans, now coming out of the court are your level Bulls. Make some noise and cheer them on.
Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Well, Kevin, I was able...
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.
Gentlemen, I'm here with Pau Gasol.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan. Derrick Rose. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew,